This pistol right here has fired over 350,000 rounds in documented testing without a single catastrophic failure. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not even number 1 on this list. Today, we're counting down the 7 most reliable handguns ever engineered. Battle-proven fighting tools that function when your life depends on it. When covered in mud. When frozen solid. When everything else has failed. And number 1? It redefined what reliability even means. Smash that subscribe button right now, because these 7 handguns represent over 2 centuries of combined military service. Let's lock and load. Number 7. The Colt M1911. A one John Moses Browning didn't just design a pistol back in 1911. He created a legend that served through 2 world wars, Korea, Vietnam, and beyond. Over a century later, the 1911 still commands respect worldwide. Here's what you need to understand about 1911 reliability. We're not talking about tight tolerance competition guns that jam constantly. We're talking about the original military spec design with intentionally loose tolerances. Those GI spec 1911s functioned in muddy French trenches, Pacific Island jungles, and Korean winters that froze lesser pistols solid. The short recoil operation Browning perfected is mechanical poetry. That tilting barrel lockup distributes stress across forged steel components that simply do not quit. The grip safety and thumb safety provide protection without complexity that fails under pressure. You want a 1911 that runs? Look for forged frames and slides, not cast. Look for that classic barrel bushing system. When built right with proper tolerances, the 1911 works for generations. Standard GI spec models run $800 to $1,000. Premium forged examples fetch $1,200 to $1,800. A properly maintained 1911 doesn't depreciate. It becomes a family heirloom. Number 6. The CZ75. In 1975, behind the Iron Curtain, Czechoslovakian engineers created something exceptional. The CZ75 took Browning's concepts from the high power and refined them into what many professionals consider the most perfectly balanced combat pistol ever manufactured. Here's the brilliance. That slide rides inside the frame rails instead of outside them. This creates a lockup so tight that the gun becomes more accurate as parts wear into perfect harmony. The bore axis sits lower than conventional designs, dramatically reducing muzzle flip. All-steel construction means this pistol weighs 35 ounces loaded. That mass soaks up recoil. The double-stack magazine gives a critical capacity advantage. Those hand-fitted tolerances don't loosen with use, they get smoother. The DA/SA trigger is perfection. First pull comes in around 10 pounds, manageable and deliberate. Single action breaks clean at 4.5 pounds. Competition shooters figured out the CZ's potential first. Then special operations units worldwide quietly adopted them. Czech police have documented CZ75s in continuous service for over 40 years. These guns routinely deliver 2-inch groups at 25 yards. Standard CZ75B models run $600 to $750. Shadow 2 competition variants fetch $1,200 to $1,400. Number 5. The Ruger GP100. When someone asks what revolver will genuinely last forever, experienced gunsmiths point to the GP100 without hesitation. Ruger introduced this beast in 1985 with one mission: built the most indestructible .357 Magnum wheel gun physically possible. This is the revolver that eliminated every weak point in traditional designs. No side plate means the frame is one solid piece of forged steel. The triple locking cylinder creates rigidity that other revolvers can't match. That transfer bar safety is foolproof. Here's what makes the GP100 special. It's designed to digest unlimited full-power .357 Magnum loads without the frame ever stretching or timing drifting. Most revolvers eventually show wear from heavy Magnum use. The GP100 just shrugs and asks for more. The full underlug barrel adds weight up front, taming that Magnum muzzle blast. The cushioned rubber grips absorb punishment. It shoots mild .38 special with the same flawless reliability. Gunsmiths report GP10OS with documented round counts exceeding 50,000. The cylinder still times perfectly. The action is smooth as glass. This revolver isn't just broken in at 50,000 rounds, it's barely getting started. Standard 4-inch models run $700 to $850. Match champion variants fetch $900 to $1,100. This is the tank of the revolver world. Number 4. The Heckler & Koch USP. German engineering meets American firepower requirements. The USP, Universal Self-Loading Pistol, underwent testing so brutal that other manufacturers wouldn't even attempt it. During official trials, HK intentionally fired a squib load that lodged a bullet in the barrel. Then they immediately followed it with a live round. The barrel didn't burst. The slide didn't crack. The gun kept functioning. That's engineering confidence. The proprietary recoil reduction system is brilliant in action. The recoil spring assembly and buffer system reduce felt recoil by nearly 30% compared to traditional designs. The USP stays flatter during rapid fire, and internal components experience significantly less stress. That fiber-reinforced polymer frame is tougher than standard polymer. The stainless steel slide is nitride treated for extreme corrosion resistance. The over-the-beach capability means the USP can be submerged in salt water, pulled out dripping, and fired immediately without malfunction. Special operations units that can choose any sidearm consistently select the USP. When the stakes are absolute, you choose absolute reliability. Standard models run $850 to $1,000. Tactical variants fetch $1,000 to $1,200. Number 3. The Beretta 92 FS. For over 30 years, the Beretta 92 FS served as standard issue for the United States Armed Forces. 3 decades of combat in every environment, from Iraqi deserts to Afghan mountains to jungle training grounds. The open-top slide design is pure genius. Critics called it a weakness. They were completely wrong. That open slide creates a self-clearing ejection path. Stovepipes are virtually impossible. Debris falls out instead of getting trapped. The falling locking block system is brilliant engineering. The barrel locks into the slide, not the frame. This distributes recoil stress across the entire assembly. That chrome-lined barrel simply does not wear out. The DA/SA trigger gives you options. The first shot is deliberate double action. Follow-ups are crisp single action. The frame-mounted safety acts as a decocker. Ambidextrous controls work for left and right-handed shooters. Italian police have documented 92 FS pistols in continuous service for over 40 years. Unlike polymer frames that can become brittle, these aluminum frames maintain integrity indefinitely. Standard models run $650 to $800. M9, A3 tactical variants fetch $900 to $1,100. Number 2. The SIG Sauer P226. When the US military conducted exhaustive testing in the 1980s for a new service pistol, one gun outperformed everything else in every measurable category: the SIG P226. It only lost the final contract on price. The Navy SEALs didn't care about price. They chose the P226 anyway, and carried it for decades in the most demanding combat environments on the planet. That tells you everything about this pistol's reliability. Every P226 starts as a solid block of high-grade steel and is precision machined down. Nothing is stamped. Nothing is cast in critical areas. The slide rails are milled. Frame inserts are stainless steel. The barrel is cold hammer forged with Swiss-German precision. The simplified barrel camming system reduces mechanical stress. The pinned-in breech block is virtually indestructible. During the 1984 Army trials, the P226 passed with essentially zero mechanical failures across thousands of torture test rounds. That decocker system is foolproof, a safe way to drop the hammer without magazine disconnects that could fail. The DA/SA trigger gives deliberate first shots with lightning-fast follow-ups. After 100,000 documented rounds, a P226 is just getting properly broken in. Police agencies worldwide report these guns still in frontline duty after 30+ years. Standard models run $900 to $1,100. Legion series fetch $1,200 to $1,400. Early German examples command $1,500 to $2,000. Number 1. The Glock 17. At the top sits the pistol that fundamentally changed what reliability means. When Gaston Glock introduced his polymer frame pistol in 1982, the firearms world laughed. Nobody's laughing now. The Glock 17 is the most widely adopted law enforcement and military sidearm in modern history. Here's the secret to Glock's legendary reliability, ruthless simplicity. Just 34 total parts. No external safeties to break. No external hammers to wear out. No complicated DA/SA systems to malfunction. You draw, you press the trigger, it goes bang. Every single time. The safe action trigger system is brilliant. 3 independent safeties are built into a design so simple, there's almost nothing to fail. That cold hammer-forged barrel maintains accuracy that doesn't degrade after extreme round counts. The polymer frame flexes slightly with each shot, absorbing stress that would crack traditional metal frames. Those steel rails inside are replaceable if you somehow manage to wear them out, which most shooters simply cannot do. The Tennifer finish on the slide is harder than chrome and more durable than anything in this price range. Glocks have been frozen in ice blocks, buried in mud, run over by trucks, and dropped from helicopters. They still work. Military and law enforcement agencies worldwide document Glocks with over 200,000 rounds through them, still running flawlessly. No handgun in history has proven more reliable under a wider range of punishing conditions. This isn't fanboy hype. This is documented performance in military trials, torture tests, and real-world combat across every continent. Current Gen 5 models run $550 to $650. MOS variants with optics cuts fetch $650 to $750. Earlier, Gen 3 used examples sell for $400 to $500 and shoot just as reliably. The Glock 17 didn't just set the standard for reliability, it redefined what's possible. 7 legendary handguns. From the century-old 1911 that refuses to retire, to the Glock that made reliability the baseline expectation. These are fighting tools that work when everything else fails. Which of these do you trust your life to? Drop your experiences in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more firearms built to last. Remember, reliability isn't about round counts. It's about functioning when it absolutely matters most. These 7 were built for exactly that.